Okay, so today we're putting the spotlight on a couple. Many see, well, the golden couple of dance, Derek Hough and Hayley Erbert.
Mm-hmm.
For years, their lives looked, like this perfectly choreographed routine. Just grace, enthusiasm, total public perfection.
Right. But I think what our deep dive shows is that maybe their most profound performances are actually happening off stage.
That's exactly it.
That's really the heart of our material today, isn't it? We're essentially tracing the path of this very public relationship.
Yeah.
Looking at, the love they share, how they handle these really serious health crises, and the raw emotional side of building a family.
Which involved real heartbreak for them.
Absolutely. Heartbreak and loss. It's such a powerful story because it highlights that tension, between the polished celebrity image and just genuine human vulnerability.
Yeah. And to really get the impact, you kind of have to go back to the beginning, don't you?
Definitely.
For most people watching, this story kicks off on Dancing with the Stars.
The big stage.
Right. They officially started dating in 2015 while on the show, and that's where that whole image of, effortless perfection really took hold. They weren't just doing beautiful dances. Their chemistry made it seem like life itself was always perfectly in sync, always flawless.
And what's fascinating there is that perception, right? The idea that happiness just comes easily to people who move so gracefully.
Exactly.
But our sources show their romance was more of a slow burn. It grew out of that professional partnership.
Built on discipline.
Discipline, years of dedication to their craft and, well, to each other, which actually built an incredibly strong foundation for when the real challenges started hitting.
Okay, so let's unpack that foundation timeline a bit. They definitely took their time.
7 years.
7 years of dating before Derek proposed. That was June 2022. He called it the beginning of forever.
Sweet.
And then, a little over a year later, August 2023, they got married. Beautiful outdoor ceremony in Monterey County, California.
And this is where we see that private hope for the future really expressed publicly through some pretty deep symbolism.
Oh, the wedding venue.
Yeah. Hayley described how they married in front of this massive mother tree, surrounded by smaller trees.
Wow, that sounds
Yeah.
quite spiritual.
It really is.
Yeah.
And she explained the meaning very clearly. She said the smaller trees drop seeds, planting what she called an army of children to protect the mother.
An army of children.
And she added quite directly that they felt they were planting our seeds to grow our family.
Okay, that's heavy symbolism for a wedding. It really frames their future, not just around them as a couple, but specifically around creating a family.
Absolutely.
Did the sources hint if this symbolism was chosen maybe because they were already facing challenges, or was it just pure hopeful intention?
It definitely seems like powerful, forward-looking intent. It just showed how central that hope for kids was right from the start of their marriage. And that context, well, it makes their journey afterwards feel even more intense. Because the thick and thin part, it arrived almost immediately.
Right, not long after the wedding at all, late 2023. Bam. The world was shocked when Hayley needed that emergency craniectomy.
A huge medical crisis.
A massive physical storm.
Yeah.
It basically forced them to drop any facade of perfection and confront something incredibly real and scary.
And it really proved their bond could handle that kind of physical trauma, didn't it? So when Hayley celebrated Derek's 40th birthday in May 2024, with that public list of 20 things she loves about him.
Yeah, I saw
It
that.
felt like a real testament to the man who stood by her through all that. That was a visible challenge, dramatic. But the next test, fertility struggles,
Yeah.
that was internal, silent, much more private initially.
That private emotional journey leads us right into, the core of their recent story.
Right.
This shift towards, radical vulnerability. Fans have been waiting and hoping. And then that joyous pregnancy announcement finally landed in July.
The video was beautiful.
So simple, wasn't it? Just sunlight, Hayley holding the sonogram photos, smiling through tears. And their caption captured it perfectly. We can't believe the biggest thing to happen to us could be so small.
That was definitely the public peak of joy. But our sources reveal the heartbreaking reality they'd been holding on to privately.
The miscarriage.
Yeah, the couple had experienced a miscarriage earlier, and they kept that intensely painful chapter completely away from the cameras for months.
Which suggests, that maybe initially they felt some pain is just too deep to turn into content,
Exactly. It wasn't immediate fodder for the public.
But then they did change course. October 15th, specifically for Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month. They chose to share everything.
Right.
So why the change then? Was it purely, altruistic? Or maybe also about reclaiming their own story by stepping into that pain publicly.
It seems like it was just an incredibly brave choice to be completely transparent. And the motivation they cited, that statistic, 1 in 4 pregnancies end in miscarriage.
Such a common yet hidden pain.
Precisely. So they used their platform to offer solidarity. They called their video a tribute to a part of our story, acknowledging it held loss, love, celebration, heartbreak, all of it.
Wow.
By stepping out and sharing that grief, they effectively became a voice for millions who suffer in silence, using their fame, maybe not for personal gain, but for connection and comfort.
And crucially, they didn't just leave people in that space of grief. Within the same announcement, they pivoted from loss straight into overwhelming hope.
They did. It was quite something. They closed the post saying there's a rainbow not far behind and announced they were expecting their rainbow baby.
The term for a child born after a loss.
Exactly. It instantly shifted their narrative from private tragedy to shared resilience and, well, a new beginning, which is honestly a very sophisticated way to handle such sensitive news publicly.
So let's look at where they are now, preparing for this future. They're deep into this new, hopeful chapter, aren't they?
Definitely seems that way.
We know they recently celebrated Hayley's 31st birthday, that was October 11th, with a baby moon trip.
Nice.
Derek wrote about it, saying they were celebrating her in their special place where time slows down and everything just makes sense. He called her his joy, my queen, my rock star.
You can really feel Derek's emotional connection to this new baby growing, especially as the due date gets closer, and he's been remarkably open about it.
Yeah.
In late September, he was on the Jennifer Hudson show, and he admitted that sometimes in the middle of his, super busy, high-energy life,
Yeah, he's always going.
he actually forgets he's about to be a dad until he, glances over at Hayley's baby bump.
Oh, I totally get that. Life just kind of carries you along until, wham, there's that physical reminder right there.
Exactly.
So what was the moment he said made it absolutely real for him?
Feeling the baby kick, he described it as totally life-altering. He said, the world suddenly became vivid.
Wow. That's powerful.
Yeah, that seems to be the moment where the confident performer kind of stepped back and the future father realized he was on the brink of something entirely new. That deep emotional reality of, impending parenthood.
Which makes that apparent accidental gender reveal during DWTS even more interesting, doesn't it?
Oh, definitely. That was October 14th, dedication night.
Right. The contestant Jordan Childs did a Viennese waltz with her dad to that John Mayer song, Daughters.
Mm-hmm.
And Derek he lost it. Completely choked up on live TV.
It was such a raw, honest moment. After watching that really emotional father-daughter dance, he just couldn't hold it back.
And he says,
He admitted he was excited to have my own moment with my own child. And the internet, predictably, just exploded. Everyone reading that as a definite slip that they're having a girl.
And here's the kicker, right? The tension between the public persona and private life. Just a month before, wasn't he on Live with Kelly and Mark?
Yeah, September 3rd.
And he joked, saying something like, there's not a lot of surprises in life, right? We're going to keep that one to ourselves.
Exactly. They were clearly trying to guard that secret.
So they really intended to keep the sex private.
Yeah. It seems so. It just highlights that clash, doesn't it? Between the guarded professional celebrity who wants control over the narrative and the overwhelmed, honest future dad caught up in a genuinely emotional moment on live television. The excitement just kind of burst out. Privacy went out the window for a second.
So when we pull all this together,
Yeah.
the perfect start, the sacred wedding symbolism, the terrifying health scare, the hidden miscarriage, the shared grief, and now this joyful recovery and anticipation. What's the main takeaway here?
I think the core takeaway is that Hough and Erbert have, maybe consciously, chosen to redefine what their celebrity means through vulnerability.
Yeah.
Their decision to share the miscarriage, the grief, and then the hope that followed. It was an act of transparency, really, and it provides inspiration that goes way beyond just their fame.
It makes them relatable on a different level.
Absolutely. Their story is this powerful reminder that even behind the most polished, seemingly perfect image of a golden couple, there's real human pain, but also that healing and new beginnings are totally possible. They let the messiness of life be seen.
Absolutely. Their journey really shows that maybe their most powerful performance isn't actually on the dance floor. It's in how they keep moving together, through sickness, through loss, and now into new life.
Well said.
So, thinking about the context here, this industry built on illusion, right? What is the choice of this supposedly perfect Hollywood couple to actually step into their pain rather than hide from it? What does that teach us about what authenticity and resilience really mean in the public eye today?
That's a great question to ponder.
Yeah, something to keep mulling over, especially as they get ready to welcome their rainbow baby.